Hi everyone. In our previous chapter, we have discussed about some basic terminologies that are present in our CH, as well as we have discussed about the hack and the hackers, as well as the hacking phases. Now, over here, as we were previously discussing that, we will be discussing about the impacts. Now, over here, guys, whenever a hack it will be happening, there will be certain impacts of it, right? There will be certain impacts of it that the organization or an individual they have to bear. For that, we are having like a reputational impact, we are having the operational impact, we are having your financial impact, as well as we are having as the legal impacts. So, talking about the very first one as your reputational impact. Reputational impact. When we are talking about the reputation, right? See, guys, each and every individual and the organization, they will be having their own reputation that will be available, right? Like, let's say, for example, if I will be giving you example of a organization, let's say we are talking about Sony. Now, at the time of year 2014 and 15, the Sony was considered as one of the most reputed and the secured organization. But later on, it got compromised, right? So because of that, the Sony they lost a lot of their data, right? So over here, guys, once the Sony got compromised, it would have impacted the reputation of it, right? It would be, you can say, decreasing the customer trust they were having, right? So they will be always the reputational impact once attack will be happening. Then over here, because of that particular attack, what happened is like the peoples from the Sony, they were not able to perform their day-to-day tasks, the employees. The reason being because after the attackers they remove all the data from the system. So because of it, they also have to bear the operational impact, right? And the attackers they also stolen a lot of their data, and what they were doing was they were also making the public, like the movies, the scripts, and a lot of type of different information. They were all making them public. Because of that, the Sony they were also bearing the financial impact, and since the peoples they have trusted the data with Sony, but the Sony they were not able to secure that information, that data. That is why they also have to bear the legal impacts. Now, because of all those impacts, guys, we switched to the security. And when we are talking about the security, it is a standing on the major three pillars that is we were previously talking about as your CIA. Here we are having as the confidentiality, we are having as the integrity, as well as we are having as the availability. So, talking about the very first one as the confidentiality. So, confidentiality it is a process we are having, and that we will be making sure only the intended recipient of our message should be able to read, should be able to view what type of data that is present inside of it. Like, let's say over here, if I want to send you some data, so only you guys should be able to receive, you guys should be only able to understand what is written inside of it. If a third person also able to see the information inside of it, so the confidentiality of your data, it will be getting compromised. Now, for maintaining the confidentiality, we are using your encryption, we are using your access control, as well as like we are using the steganography, as well as we are also using the secure disposal of the data, right? So we will be discussing about all these terms in our upcoming session. When we are talking about the secure disposal of data, it simply means to say if our organization we are storing some data, and let's say if it is not or if it is not required over there, so what we have to do is instead of directly throwing it, we have to make sure we are securely disposing it so that it won't be falling into the wrong hands. Then next, we are having as the integrity. So, integrity is a process in that we will be going ahead and we will be making sure that in our data, there shouldn't be any type of unintended or the unwanted changes. Means that in our data, we shouldn't be finding any type of alteration. Now, for ensuring your integrity, we are using the hashing. Then, afterwards, we are having as the availability. So availability it is a process in that we will be making sure that our system who are responsible for storing, for processing our data, they should be remaining available, right? They should be remaining available whenever they are being asked from the authorized users inside of your organization. Then over here, guys, with the advancement of time, these three they were not enough. That is why we also introduced the authenticity as well as the non-repudiation. Talking about the authenticity. Authenticity is a process in that we will be trying to find the genuinity of the user or the system, right? For that, what will be happening is like whenever we are trying to gain the access of your account, like we are using the username and the password, to ensure that we are the authentic users. We are using the biometrics. We are using a smart card. We are using the digital certificates. So all these different types of technologies which we are using to prove that we are the genuine user, right? Or to prove the authenticity of a system, right? Or the files applications we are having. Then talking about the non-repudiation. Non-repudiation is simply a process in which a particular person, right, he cannot later deny on being performing those actions. Like for example, let's say if you guys are sharing me or if you guys are sending me a mail, so later on you guys cannot deny on being sending that mail, right? Because over there a digital signature will be present. With the help of that, we will be able to make sure that particular mail it was being sent by you, right? So these are the security pillars we are having. Now, over here, guys, on the basis of these security pillars, let me show you a quick example like how we will be able to ensure the confidentiality, the integrity, right? So over here, talking about the encryption, right? Now, let's say what will be happening is we are having the two users like username Ajay and username Sahil, right? Now, let's say over here we are having the two users with the name Ajay and Sahil, and what they want to do is they want to share the information with each other, but they're having quite the confidential data, right? They're having a lot of secrets so that they want to make sure that only these two peoples they should be having the information about it, right? So for that, what they will be doing is they will be simply going ahead and they will be trying to encrypt that data. With the help of that, they will be able to make sure if a third person will be trying to find any information about it, they won't be able to understand what is actually written inside of it. So let me show you online encryption and decryption tool. All right. So over here, guys, let's say I'm having some secret data. Hi, Sahel, please reach the office. Always reach the office by 11 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. Right now, after that, they want to encrypt the data with the secret key. Let's say the secret key, it is your bro code, and then they are going to encrypt it. Right. So with the help of that, what will be happening is they will be having the exact result, which will be getting shared between of their network. All right. What will be happening is they are going to share this particular information. Now, if anyone will be able to find the data about it, right? If anyone will be finding the data about it, and they will be trying to understand what is written, so what will be happening is they won't be able to collect any information unless and until they are not having the information about this secret code. If they will be having the information about the secret code, then only they will be able to discover what was written inside of it. So this is how, by using your encryption, we will be able to make sure all the information which we are exchanging, it is being done in a secret manner, right? So only the intended recipient of that particular message will be able to understand what was or what we are exchanging. So this is how we will be able to ensure the confidentiality. Now, after that, After that, over here, once they have written that particular information, right, with the help of that, they will be able to make sure that in our data, like directly, anyone won't be able to understand without, no one will be able to understand what is actually written inside of it without the using the secret code that is your bro code. But they also want to make sure when they will be exchanging the data over there, they shouldn't be facing any type of issues. Means that the data shouldn't be having any type of alteration. So only if anyone wants to make the changes on the data, that should be you or me, right? So for that, they will be using the hashing, right? So for that, what will be happening is they will be going ahead, they will be copying this particular text and they are going to make the hash of it like this. So hashing is a process in that we will be trying to convert a data from one form to another. Now, after that, whatever the output which we are getting, it will be remaining same unless and until we are not making any type of changes in our data or we are not changing the hashing algorithm. So it is going to work as a one-way traffic, right? So that is why if someone will be making even a small change. Like let's say I'm just giving a space. I'm not even making any changes in our data, right? I'm just giving a singular space over there. Right now the hash it is starting with your D and ending with your C8. If again I will be calculating the hash of it, you guys can see we are getting a different value. So by attaching the hash with our encrypted data and then we will be sharing it to your the recipient over there, once he will be finding the information about it, he will be going ahead. He will be also calculating the hash. So the hash, it should be meeting with each other. With the help of it, if both the hash, they are matching with each other, they will be able to make sure in their data there wasn't any type of unauthorized change. That's what we are having as your confidentiality, the integrity over there by using the encryption as well as the hashing. Now, similarly, we are also having like the steganography. Okay, let me also show you how this steganography it is being performed. So steganography, it is simply a process we are having in that. The peoples, they will be going ahead, they will be trying to hide their data behind of some other media, like behind of some text file, some audio file, some video file, and many more. Right? So on the basis of it, let me go ahead and I will be trying to visit in the internet and I will be trying to simply download an image. Let's say I'm trying to download the image of Hummer, or let's say I'm just trying to download an image of the Hulk, right? So let me get some good images. I'm going to just randomly download an image. Okay, this one looks good, right? Let me open it in a new tab and I'm going to save this image inside of my system. Let's say I'm putting it on my desktop. Now my image has been saved. Let me show you. So over here, this is the image which we have downloaded from the internet. Right now, we are not finding anything suspicious inside of it, or even if I will be showing you the properties of this image, we won't be finding any type of data. See, everything looks normal, nothing suspicious. So let me go ahead, let me create a folder. Inside of this folder, I'm going to put this image, opening it. Just a second, my system it is lagging over there. Here, I'm having a folder that is containing my image. Now let me go ahead and let me create some text files. Let me provide it information as your one.txt and I'm going to provide some data. Hello everyone, and going to save it. Let me create another file as your 2.txt, right? So over here, what we have done is we have simply created the two files that are present that are your one.txt, another one we are having as the 2.txt over there. Now from here, what we will be doing is we are just putting the information, right? Right? What we are doing is we are simply putting some data inside of it and we are just saving those files, right? And let me go ahead and what I will be doing is I will be trying to compress these files so that they are not going to affect that much to my image size. So over here, I'm having the zip file. I'm deleting the original ones. Let me rename my zip file as your text.rar. Now here I'm having the zip file that is containing the information that is going to contain the information about your 1.txt and the 2.txt and the data that is present inside of it. Now let me open my command prompt cmd, and here I will be writing dir that will be helping me to list out the data that is present. So from here I will be trying to put that particular zip file inside of that particular image or behind of that particular image. Copy slash v for the source. We are going to provide the image name that is your help. And then we are trying to going to add over here. We're trying to add the text.rar and then the destination that is your help image. Now it is saying that our file has been saved. If I will be going ahead and I will be deleting this one also, I'm having this image again trying to open it, right? It is showcasing as the same file. If I will be trying to look into the properties of it, right? You won't be finding any other information, but here, if I will be trying to show you this file, open with, choose another app, and from here, let me select the WinRAR. Right? So you guys can see it is showcasing us the same data, the 1.txt and the 2.txt which we have previously created. So this is we are having as the steganography, a art in which we will be trying to hide our data behind of some other type of media. That can be your text, audio, video, or the images. So by doing this also we will be able to ensure the confidentiality we are having. Now, over here, we have just discussed about the impacts of art and we have discussed about the security pillars and how they are helping us to protect our data. Now, in our next chapter, we will be discussing about the threats as well as we will be discussing about the TDPs, we will be discussing about the cyber kill chain and the micro.